The older you get, the harder it is to run using heart rate training. Whether you're new to running or you've been running for years, you're probably like me and most other runners that you like to run faster, or you would like to run longer, you would like to just start. Maybe that's it. Maybe just starting is the hardest for you. There is not a super secret speed workout that'll make you faster overnight, nor is there a distance that you have to run every day to make you run further. But what I can say is that you can do the work that is tried, tested, it's true, and every single runner can do it. Maybe you want to run a fast kilometer, maybe a fast 5K, maybe a 10K, maybe you want to improve your half marathon time, or maybe you want to train for a marathon or ultra marathon. Whatever your goal and desire is, there are three things that always stop you from moving forward. A lot of people don't talk so much about that, specifically when you're starting off or you're coming back from an injury. But it's something that I'm dealing with and I'm trying to overcome. When you're starting over again, when you've taken like almost 3 weeks to a month off, it's not easy training by heart rate. Man, my heart rate is so high right now, it's unbelievable. Now, I'm sure it has to do with a lot of the stress that I've been under, but really at the end of the day, I don't know, I think it's like detraining. It's just hard to get going, and my pace is so slow, and heart rate so high. But you just, like, what is my heart rate right now? It's 153. Man, I gotta slow down. My foot's feeling better though. But I'm also a realist, and I understand that things take time. But when you look at numbers and you start getting down into the weeds, it can be very frustrating. So you kind of have to rise above it. Look at the bigger goal and be happy with what you have. And what I have is pretty special, and I'm pretty grateful for what I do have. So how are you doing? So for people coming back off of an injury, using the Maffetone method, aka 180 minus your age, it can kind of be hard. Like it's not as easy as what some of us want to make it sound like. Like for me, I've been using this method for a long time, but even I still struggle. Like right now, I'm going up a little bit of an incline. It's already at 147. I like to keep it at 138, but I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I think the older you get, let's go into the trail. I think the older you get, the harder it is to keep that heart rate so low. And probably the reason why is because if you've discovered running later in life, I gotta slow down. If you've discovered running later in life, you're probably not fit. Maybe you got weight to lose. Maybe it's one of those things that just doesn't come easy to you. And you haven't taken the time to build your aerobic base. These are a lot of reasons why people start running: to lose weight, to get into shape, to feel better about themselves, for the mental health benefits, to lower your blood pressure, like all of these things. And, it does take a little bit of time to figure this all out. But the one thing that I have come to understand over the years is it never gets easier. You know, no 2 days are the same. Like, you could run one day where it's the same temperature, but all of a sudden you woke up to an awful message where you got bad news. And that set you off on a tailspin, and your stress level started to go through the roof. And all of a sudden you're seeing your heart rate rise. Like, heart rate is finicky. Your body is finicky. Running by using heart rate, it's a challenge. But the benefits are immense. I'm loving this. Sure, it's frustrating that my heart rate is not in the zone I want it to be in, but to be able to get out and run for a couple of miles after a month off, per se, it's a good feeling. And I think as I slowly build back up to where I was, I think I'll be extremely happy with where my performance is gonna go. But life life happens. Things happen. People get sick, like really sick, like surgery sick, and takes toll on the family. Now all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get better with my foot. So far, so good, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take a day off in between runs. I'm gonna start off slow. Not gonna run too far today. Just wanted to talk to you guys because, we all run for our own reasons. Some of us wanna run as fast as we can, but then we pick up an injury because of that. Because we're not trained. We're not in a condition to handle those faster paces. We can all walk. Okay, most of us can walk. Not everybody. And every day I'm reminded about that because of what's going on with my life. So I am grateful to be able to put one foot in front of the other, clear the mind, feel better about myself, lower blood pressure. If I'm running slow enough, I'll burn a little bit of weight. I'll sleep a little bit better. My appetite will change. My life will improve. But nothing's gonna happen unless you start on day one. We all have a day one. And it's hard. It's hard to do. But if we allow our negative thinking to creep in, it causes so many problems, right? It stops us from even beginning. And that, to me, is a pretty sad thing.
Over the years, I've seen people give up on their dreams. They were stopped before they even started. They did it to themselves and they allowed it to happen. And that is hard for me. It's hard for me because I was one of those people I've always had to work extremely hard for everything that I've got. I've never been able to not study for a test. I've never been able to just not work hard to make sure that I did a good job. I've never been in a position where things came easy. I always had to work hard. When you have dyslexia, when you have like these kind of learning disabilities that I didn't even know what it was back in the day, but I struggled, right? Spelling and grammar and these types of things, right? And it really played on me. And I was always looking for an outlet, right? I just wanted to let off steam. I just wanted to be good at something, right? I didn't want to be, the person in the special ed class, who just was treated very differently. I was looked at very differently. And so when I see people, giving up on their dreams, when they allow themselves to be the victim and then they play that victim card over and over and over again, it's hard because they've got so much goodness in them. They have what it takes. We all have what it takes to do the hard thing and to push through. Sometimes we just need that little bit of a cheerleader. Sometimes, when I was starting off running, there was nobody to kind of give me that cheerleader type of thing, right? It was just me, and I had to dig deep to just pull out something from this predicament I was in, being overweight, very unhappy, inflammation in all of my joints, just wasn't a happy guy. I was happy. I was a very happy person, but I had that mask on, right? You kind of take it off at night and you're sitting there with your thoughts and you're sitting there going, how do you go another day? How do you, I don't know. It's even hard to formulate the words because I'm a different person than I was years ago. And I'm very optimistic and I work hard for everything that I've ever gotten in my life. Am I at the peak of where I want to be in life? No, I always have to strive. I'm always striving for something, right? Because if we're not striving, I feel like we're just I don't know. We're just not going in the right direction. I jumped in the pool the other day and it's cold. I think it's about 42 Fahrenheit, what the water is right now. And the reason I've kept it open as long as I have is I wanted to see how far I could push it, right? Being uncomfortable, being cold. Can I be in there for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Cold water therapy, I've heard, is very beneficial. I don't know. Is it really? I just wanted to try it. And I pushed through some boundaries that I never thought I could push through. And over this year, I've really been trying to get uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable in a very uncomfortable position is something that I've worked on this year. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job. But if we allow ourselves to just derail ourselves from all of our dreams and never give it a chance, it's a very sad place to be. I'm always trying to be just that little bit better. Maybe not every day. We can't have great days every single day. But if we focus, if we pay attention, if we listen to our bodies, and if we have our goals and aspirations and all the things that we want to achieve, and you just do it, and you have the discipline within you to go out and run, to go out and walk, to handle the life issues that come your way, whether you're depressed, whether you got anxiety, whether you got some other mental disorder. Look, it is upon ourselves to make changes in our lives to be better. And it is hard to wake up every day, go to a job that you hate, be in a relationship that you don't like, drive a car that you wonder if it's even going to make it to your job, or maybe you don't wake up even having a job. Maybe you're unemployed. Maybe you're sleeping on someone's couch. Maybe you just need to know that you're not alone. But the one thing that I know for sure is life is going to beat you to your knees, and you're going to get up again, because that's what we do. And you're going to go another round, and you're going to find a way out of the predicament that you're in. Whatever it is that you're going through in your life, you can overcome it. Like I always say, get out and run. See you next week.